Let's get right into it. Number 1. The Catastrophe Filter. Ever notice how a tiny mistake can send your brain into a full-blown disaster scenario? You send an email with a typo, and suddenly your mind is screening a blockbuster where you're fired, broke, and living in a cardboard box. This is what psychologists call catastrophic thinking, and it's like having a personal director in your head who only makes horror films starring you. Instead of seeing a small error as just that, a small error, your brain inflates it into a life-altering catastrophe. It's not just about being a worrier. It's about your mind's tendency to leap from oops to apocalypse in seconds. This mental habit can make everyday life feel like walking a tightrope over a pit of worst-case scenarios. The truth is, most of these imagined disasters never happen. Studies show that our brains are wired to overestimate threats as a survival mechanism, but in modern life, this just leads to unnecessary stress. The contrast here is stark. While some people can shrug off a mistake, others are trapped in a loop of what-ifs that feel just as real as any physical danger. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking free from your brain's disaster movie marathons. Number 2, rejection sensitivity. Imagine getting a short, blunt text from a friend or a tiny bit of criticism at work. For some, it's a minor blip, but for others, it's like someone slammed a giant red panic button in their brain. Suddenly, your heart races, your stomach drops, and you're convinced you've ruined everything. This is rejection sensitivity, and it's not just about being thin-skinned. It's a real, intense emotional reaction where even the smallest hint of disapproval feels like a personal crisis. Your mind might replay the moment over and over, searching for what you did wrong, or you might spiral into self-doubt, convinced everyone secretly dislikes you. This isn't drama or overreaction. It's how some brains are wired, especially for people with ADHD or past experiences of rejection. The contrast is clear. While others can brush off a missed call or a distracted look, someone with rejection sensitivity feels it like a punch to the gut. It can lead to people-pleasing, avoiding risks, or even lashing out in anger or tears. The pain is real, and it can make relationships and daily life feel like walking on eggshells. Understanding this pattern is key to finding healthier ways to cope and connect. Number 3, the body's secret signals. Have you ever caught yourself biting your nails, picking at your skin, or tugging at your hair without even realizing it? These aren't just nervous habits, they're your body's secret signals that something deeper is going on. Compulsive body-focused behaviors like nail biting, skin picking, or hair pulling are surprisingly common, yet most people don't talk about them. For some, these actions are a way to cope with stress, anxiety, or boredom. The urge can feel impossible to resist, and even when you want to stop, your hands seem to have a mind of their own. The contrast is striking. While some people can fidget and move on, others end up with sore fingers, scabs, or bald patches, feeling ashamed or frustrated. These habits can be comforting in the moment, almost like scratching an itch, but they often lead to guilt and embarrassment afterward. Scientists believe these behaviors are linked to how the brain processes stress and self-soothing. Recognizing that these habits are more than just bad habits is important. They're signals from your brain that it's struggling to cope. Understanding the root cause is the first step toward breaking the cycle and finding healthier ways to manage stress. Number 4, rituals and routines. Picture this. You're about to leave the house, but you can't walk out the door until you've checked the lock 3 times. Or maybe you need every item on your desk perfectly aligned before you can focus. For some, these rituals are more than just quirky routines. They're urgent, unbreakable rules set by a brain desperate for control. This is the trap of OCD thinking, where rituals and routines become shields against overwhelming anxiety. The contrast is clear. While most people have little habits, those with OCD feel a crushing sense of dread if they don't perform their rituals exactly right. It's not about being neat or particular. It's about trying to prevent imagined disasters that feel all too real. The relief from completing a ritual is fleeting, and soon the anxiety returns, demanding the ritual be repeated, often more elaborately. This cycle can eat up hours of a person's day and leave them feeling isolated or misunderstood. Scientists believe these patterns are rooted in the brain's alarm system misfiring, sending out false danger signals. Recognizing the difference between helpful routines and compulsive rituals is crucial for breaking free from the exhausting grip of OCD thinking. Number 5, when joy fades. Have you ever found yourself going through the motions, doing things you used to love but feeling nothing at all? This emotional numbness, known as anhedonia, is more than just a bad mood. It's when your brain's joy circuit seems to shut down. Imagine eating your favorite meal and tasting only cardboard, or hearing great news from a friend and feeling completely flat. The contrast is striking. While others light up with excitement, you're left feeling disconnected, as if you're watching life through a foggy window. Anhedonia is a common symptom of depression, but it can also show up during periods of high stress or anxiety. It's not about being ungrateful or lazy. It's a real neurological shift where the brain's reward system stops responding. This can make even simple pleasures feel like chores and social events feel exhausting. The hardest part is that others might not understand, urging you to cheer up or just try harder, which only adds to the sense of isolation. Recognizing that emotional numbness is a sign of something deeper, not a personal failing, is the first step toward seeking help and finding ways to reconnect with joy. Number 6. The Reassurance Loop. Have you ever found yourself asking the same question over and over? Needing someone to tell you everything is fine even when you already know the answer? This is the Reassurance Loop, a mental trap where anxiety keeps you searching for certainty that never quite sticks. Imagine sending a text and not getting a reply right away. Instead of assuming your friend is busy, your mind spirals. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad at me? You ask for reassurance, feel better for a moment, but soon the doubt creeps back in, and you need to ask again. The contrast is clear. While some people can accept uncertainty, others are caught in a cycle of seeking comfort that only lasts a few minutes. This loop can be exhausting for both you and those around you, leading to frustration and even strained relationships. Psychologists say this pattern is common in anxiety and OCD, where the brain craves absolute certainty in a world that rarely offers it. Recognizing the reassurance loop is the first step to breaking free, learning to tolerate uncertainty and trust your own judgment, even when your mind is screaming for answers. Number 7. Decision paralysis. Standing in the grocery aisle, staring at dozens of cereal boxes, you freeze. Picking a show on Netflix takes so long you end up watching nothing? This is decision paralysis, when your brain turns even simple choices into overwhelming obstacles. For some, it's not just about being indecisive, it's a deep fear of making the wrong choice, of regret, or of being judged. The contrast is obvious. While others can quickly pick and move on, you're stuck running through endless what-ifs, imagining every possible outcome, and feeling the weight of each decision as if it's life or death. This mental gridlock can spill into bigger areas of life, like career moves, relationships, or even daily routines. The anxiety of choosing can be so intense that you avoid decisions altogether, letting others decide for you or missing out on opportunities. Psychologists say decision paralysis is often linked to anxiety disorders, perfectionism, or past experiences where choices led to negative consequences. Recognizing this pattern is crucial, understanding that the fear is real, but the stakes are rarely as high as your brain insists. With practice, you can learn to make choices